Good morning, I'm meteorologist Lon Salmon, and I'm here with the latest tropical weather outlook update, and this is for October 21st, 2023. And of course, we continue to follow Hurricane Tammy. Hurricane Tammy is still very much a hurricane. The latest information, which is the 8 a.m. information, puts the center of the system at latitude 15.7 degrees north, longitude 60.6 degrees west, and that's about 125 miles or so southeast of Antigua. Now we are looking at a system that is moving quite slowly with a movement of 9 miles per hour, and here we are looking at maximum sustained winds, or the intensity of the system, of winds of 80 miles per hour. Now what does this mean for us here in Antigua and Barbuda and the rest of the northeastern Caribbean? Well, right now we can see that there's still very much a hurricane warning that is in effect for Antigua, for Barbuda, for Montserrat. Also, we're looking at a hurricane warning for St. Kitts, Nevis, and also Anguilla. And here we're looking at a tropical storm watch for the British Virgin Islands. What a hurricane warning says is that, or means, is that hurricane conditions are expected in the warning area, and in our case, it is within 24 hours. And so at this point in time, individuals should have already prepared from all of these islands that we would have mentioned, should have already been prepared for the possible impact from Hurricane Tammy. Now, what are some of the possible impacts that Tammy could bring across the northeastern Caribbean, across the Leeward Islands in particular? Well, we can see that we are looking at a system that has quite a lot of water associated with it, particularly across the northern quadrant of the system, and this is expected to move across the Leeward Islands later this afternoon, going into tonight and possibly into Sunday morning as well, when we expect the southern end of this particular system to sweep across the northeastern Caribbean. With that amount of rainfall expecting, we are looking at between 4 and 8 inches of rainfall. You could have higher amounts as well in isolated areas. There's no doubt about it that this will lead to flash flooding, particularly in low-lying and flood-prone areas. So individuals who are living in these areas in particular should guard against flash flooding. Also, we are seeing that the system has winds, maximum winds of about 80 miles per hour with higher gusts. We could get gusts at times up to 100 miles per hour. And so individuals should be prepared for these winds as well. As loose objects that are around your properties, ensure that those are properly secured. If there are certain structures that are vulnerable to these kinds of winds, such as tents, ensure that those are dismantled and secured as well too. And individuals may want to take a step further, particularly individuals who may feel like their structures are not able to cope with these kinds of winds. Ensure that you board up your structures as well too. And there's always the option as well of evacuation. All right, so this is basically what we are looking at this point in time. Swells as well too, and storm surge as well, possible out of this particular system. We could listen wave heights peaking up to 12 to 13 feet. We're looking at some dangerous swells as well, and so high surf warning is in effect for all of these islands, and also we are looking at a small craft warning that is in effect for these islands as well. Now, individuals, mariners in general should seek safe anchorage and stay in port. This is a time when you really have to bunker down, because this system could cause some damage across the northeastern Caribbean, and particularly those islands that are on the tropical hurricane warning at this point in time. So these are some of the impacts that we are looking at with respect to Hurricane Tammy. And at this point in time, I would just like to leave these words with individuals to be prepared for this storm. You really don't want to get caught off guard. I am meteorologist Lon Salmon. Continue to have a pleasant day.